We've all been through those periods in life where everything seems to be falling apart. Work, relationships, health, it all feels out of control. I know how that feels. But here's the thing. Most people believe that change is hard and takes time, but that's not always true. Today, I'll share a technique that can instantly shift your mindset and reality. There's a hidden force that's been holding you back from living the life you want. And once you understand it, you can break free forever. Stay with me, because what I'm about to share could be the turning point you've been searching for. By the end of this video, you'll not only understand why these hard times happen, but also how to regain control and start turning things around in ways that will change your life forever. Let's dive in. One of the first things you need to understand when life feels like it's falling apart is this: not all problems are created equal. Some challenges are within your control, while others aren't. But here's the truth: you have control over far more than you think. There are problems that you can directly change through your actions, your habits, your mindset, your decisions. These are the areas where you can take immediate control and start making changes. But then, there are those situations that lie outside of your influence: external events, other people's behaviors, and unexpected life circumstances. When you're dealing with something you can control, the key is to focus on taking action. Set a goal, identify what's holding you back, whether it's limiting beliefs, fear, or a lack of knowledge, and begin to shift your approach. But when you encounter something beyond your control, the only thing you can change is your reaction to it. Don't miss what's coming next. It could be the key to unlocking the breakthrough you've been waiting for. Vadim Zeland, in his work on reality transurfing, explains that there are two types of intention: inner intention and outer intention. Inner intention is what you use to act on the things you can control, but outer intention is when you let go of forcing outcomes and instead align yourself with the flow of life. This is where your true power lies. Here's a simple practice. Take a moment to write down the biggest challenge you're facing right now. Is this something you can change through your actions? If yes, start identifying what's holding you back, whether it's fear, self-doubt, or lack of clarity, and begin to take practical steps toward resolution. If it's something outside your control, focus on how you can shift your mindset and your emotional response to it. Remember, acceptance isn't surrender, it's the first step toward transformation. But even when we understand that some things are out of our control, we often find ourselves still emotionally hooked. Why is it so hard to stop reacting to the things that upset us, frustrate us, or scare us? This is where the concept of pendulums, from Vadim Zeland's reality transurfing, comes in. Pendulums are energetic structures that feed off your emotional energy, particularly your negative emotions. The more attention you give to a problem, the more it drains your energy. Have you ever noticed how certain situations seem to grow bigger the more you think about them? That's the pendulum at work. In Buddhism, there's a similar concept called kleshas, mental defilements like attachment, aversion, and ignorance. These kleshas cause suffering because they pull us into emotional reactions, just like the pendulums. Whether it's anger, fear, or anxiety, these forces keep us stuck in a cycle of negative energy, feeding off our attention. But here's the good news: you can stop feeding the pendulums. Just like the kleshas, the moment you become aware of them and stop reacting emotionally, you starve them of their power. Imagine you're in a room with a pendulum swinging back and forth, getting faster and more chaotic every time you react. Now, imagine stepping back and simply watching it swing without getting emotionally involved. The pendulum slows down. It loses momentum. That's what happens when you stop feeding your negative reactions. Try this exercise. Next time you're in a situation that triggers you, pause and take a deep breath. Ask yourself, is this worth my energy? Picture the situation as a pendulum and choose not to engage with it emotionally. You'll start to notice how much more energy you have when you stop feeding the pendulums in your life. By the time you finish this video, you'll have practical steps to create lasting change. Steps that you can start using immediately. Now that we've discussed how to stop feeding your energy into the wrong things, let's talk about how you can actively reprogram your mind to create the reality you want. Dr. Joe Dispenza has become a leading voice in this area, and his teachings on neuroplasticity and visualization show that you have the power to reshape your brain, and therefore your life. Dispenza's research shows that your brain is constantly forming new neural pathways based on your thoughts, emotions, and habits. This is called neuroplasticity. In simple terms, your brain adapts to whatever you focus on most. If you're constantly thinking negative thoughts, your brain becomes wired to expect negativity. But if you start focusing on success, abundance, and joy, your brain begins to expect these experiences too. Imagine your brain as a field. Every thought is like a seed. The more you think a particular thought, the more you water that seed. Over time, these seeds grow into plants, either weeds of negativity or a thriving garden of positivity. The choice is yours. One of the most powerful ways to reprogram your brain is through meditation and visualization. When you meditate, you quiet the negative thought patterns and make space for new, empowering thoughts. And when you visualize your ideal future, you create new neural connections that align with the life you want to create. Dispenza emphasizes that you must act as if your desired reality is already happening. The more you do this, the more you shift your mind from a state of lack to a state of abundance. And here's where this aligns beautifully with Zeland's idea of the outer intention. You're not forcing anything. You're aligning yourself with the flow of life and allowing the universe to guide you toward what's meant for you. In Buddhism, there's a teaching that has transformed countless lives: the practice of non-attachment. The idea is simple, but profound. Our suffering comes from our attachment to outcomes, to how we think things should be. When we cling to these expectations, we create suffering. Think of attachment like holding onto a rope that's being pulled in the opposite direction. The tighter you hold on, the more painful it becomes. But the moment you let go, the tension disappears and you're free. Non-attachment doesn't mean giving up. It doesn't mean you stop caring about your goals or your dreams. It means you stop suffering over things you can't control. It means accepting life as it is in the present moment, knowing that everything is in a constant state of flow and change. When you practice non-attachment, you find peace even in the middle of chaos. The external circumstances may not change, but your inner experience does. It's like standing in the eye of a storm, where everything is calm and clear, while chaos swirls around you. This is where the practice of mindfulness comes in. Mindfulness is the ability to be fully present in the moment, without judgment. When you're mindful, you observe your thoughts and feelings as they come and go, like clouds passing through the sky. You don't get swept up in them. You don't try to push them away. You simply let them be. Here's a powerful exercise. The next time you feel overwhelmed by a situation or emotion, pause. Close your eyes. And take a deep breath. Notice the sensations in your body. Where do you feel tension? Simply observe it without trying to change it. Now, watch your thoughts. What are you thinking? Again, just observe without judgment. This practice helps you create space between your thoughts and your reactions. It's in that space that you have the power to choose your response. This is true freedom, the freedom to respond consciously rather than react impulsively. Through non-attachment and mindfulness, you learn to navigate life with a sense of peace and clarity. You let go of the need to control everything, and instead, you learn to trust the process. You begin to understand that everything is unfolding as it should, and that sometimes the greatest gifts come from the most unexpected challenges. You're still here, which tells me you're ready for a real shift. Keep going, because what's coming next could change everything. Now, let's bring everything together with one of the most profound concepts from Vadim Zeland's reality transurfing: the space of variations. This is the key to understanding how to make real changes in your life without force or struggle. In his work, Zeland explains that everything you could ever want or imagine already exists in the space of variations, a field of infinite potential realities. Every possible outcome is out there, waiting for you to choose it. This is the secret ingredient that most people miss. You don't create your reality. You select it. Your desired reality already exists, fully formed in potential. Your job is to choose it. This aligns beautifully with modern theories like the holographic universe, as explored by Michael Talbot. Just as a hologram contains the whole image in each part, your mind is connected to the whole of existence, and by changing your focus, you shift to a different version of reality. So how do you shift to a new reality? It's not about pushing through obstacles with force or sheer willpower. That's what Zelen calls inner intention, a method that often leads to frustration and burnout. Instead, you use external intention, which allows you to align with the flow of life and effortlessly move toward your chosen reality. Think of it like tuning a radio. The station you want to listen to is already out there, broadcasting in the airwaves. All you have to do is adjust the dial to the right frequency. Similarly, your desired reality is already out there, existing in the space of variations. You just need to adjust your focus and choose that reality. Here's a simple practice. Visualize the reality you want as if it already exists. Feel it, believe it, and then let go of trying to control how it comes to you. Let life guide you. Pay attention to synchronicities, those meaningful coincidences, and follow them as signs that you're on the right path. When you live in alignment with external intention, life begins to unfold in ways you could never plan. Opportunities arise, doors open, and you start to flow with the natural currents of the universe, effortlessly shifting into the reality you've chosen. And if you're intrigued by this concept of shifting between realities, be sure to check out our other videos where we dive deeper into parallel realities and how you can consciously move between them. We've covered a lot today, and I hope you're feeling inspired and empowered to take control of your life, no matter what challenges you're facing. Remember, tough times don't last, but strong, resilient people do. And you have within you all the strength and wisdom you need to not only survive, but to thrive. Start with small steps. Practice non-attachment and mindfulness to find peace in the present moment. Use the power of visualization and intention to reprogram your mind and align with the life you want to create. And remember to release the negative energies that are holding you back. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Start now. Take one action today that moves you closer to your goal. It could be as simple as spending 5 minutes in meditation, writing down your intentions, or choosing to respond to a situation with calm and clarity instead of reacting impulsively. Every step you take builds momentum. Every small change you make creates a ripple effect that transforms your life. Trust the process, trust yourself, and trust that the universe is always working in your favor. Thank you for joining me today. I'd love to hear from you. What resonated with you the most? What will you take away and start applying right now? Share your thoughts in the comments, and let's support each other on this journey of growth and transformation. Remember, you are more powerful than you know. You have the ability to change your reality and create a life that's fulfilling, joyful, and aligned with your deepest desires. So go out there and start making it happen.